I got 6 o'clock. Let's go ahead and call this Parks and Rec committee to order. If you would look through your minutes from the previous meeting, the March 5th, 2026 meeting. There's no additions or corrections. I entertain a motion to approve the minutes as they are.
I make a motion to approve them.
Say aye. I guess our meeting is going to be short. I talked to Mr. Salee today. He said he was going to be in Cookville and he was going to try to make it, and he thought he might send Shaq, but I don't see neither one of these. One reason I was having the meeting was going to try to get an update on our walking track where we was going to resurface it, and our July 4th festivities. But after I talked to Mr. Salee today, he says that it's no timeline when the walking track. I mean, more or less, he's not got a date. And Bill Scruggs from the highway department hadn't given him no date and said that they out paving other county roads, and it'd be after they got done with all that paving before they could get to this. And that's about all he could tell me on that.
My thought on this, of course, and I hate to redo work that's already been done, but this is something that should have been done already, and we should have, we had bids already, and I think we had already set aside more funding from ARPA to do this project than what the bids come back at it as. So I'll go ahead and make a motion that we rebid it and go with, instead of having Cliff do it at some point, let's just get somebody to come in and get it done.
I got a motion on the floor to rebid this out. Yeah, do I have a second?
I have a question. I guess with Mr. Salee, I guess they can do it for less. Is that why they were trying, right?
Yeah, we went with the highway department. They bid like 50,000. It was the other closest bid looks like was 104,000, and that's the reason we was wanting them to do it because we get But I don't know when they're gonna get tested. I mean, that's one reason I want to have the meeting tonight where we could bring this up because it's been March since we've had a meeting, and by talking to Cliff today, he says that Bill's not giving him a time that he will do it if he even can do it. I mean, my understanding, I was hoping Cliff would be here. He said he's going to try to make it, but he said he was going to be in Cookville this afternoon. So, I mean, that's where we stand. Well, I did ask Cliff. I said, can our we recommend the Parks and Rec Committee get a hold of him, or so what can we do? I mean, or as a, as a committee, I mean, maybe we can schedule another meeting in a week or two and see if we can get Cliff here and Bill or some better answers. And maybe you can, if somebody can stop out there and talk to him and see if you can get some answers or something before we put this out for bid again, bro. But I do do you want to withdraw your motion or you still got your motion? I've got a motion. Chris, do I have a second on that? Second going once. Second going twice. Second going 3 times. Motion fails. So will you get a chance would you stop by and we'll try to schedule another meeting maybe in a couple, well, it's the 4th week's coming. I mean, it's going to be a busy next couple of weeks. We'll just look at the calendar here in a minute and try to come up with a date, but we need to get with Cliff and Bill and get some direct, if he can't do it within a manly or timely frame, we need to do something else. Cause I mean, we need to get that done. We don't set the money aside for it.
Yeah, if he can't do it, within reasonable time, then yeah, I'd suggest just bid it out also.
Does that sound good with the committee? Let her, she says she can stop tomorrow, then I'll get back with Cliff and maybe we'll have a meeting sometime after the 4th week or whatever and try to get some answers.
I mean, that's fine. It's the reason for my motion was I thought we'd given them reasonable time already. It's 3 months and for a project that should have taken a few days.
And that's the reason I tried to schedule this meeting and that where I could get some answers on this.
It may be important to look at the timing. This is a big time when the park is used heavily. March, April, May, you have ball going on in that area. It won't be a fast project. If I understood Cliff correctly, they plan to go in and chip the entire, which means they're going to haul off what's there and not just recap it. If I understood what Cliff had stated correctly, they want to chip it out and then they're widening it a little bit. So this is not going to be a super fast project. And I'm with Alan there that we probably need to maybe first go talk and let's see where Bill's at on this piece. And then the next conversation, let's see if the mayor's got an option here to let's go that route. The two things we want to ensure and understand is it's a busy time when it's being used. The park's being used. There's not a great time to take the park away, the walking track away for X amount of days. But your asphalt plants will usually run up till late November, somewhere in that range, when there might be some better times for Bill and them to be able to ease into this piece. It shouldn't be. This will not be a fast, from what I understood from Cliff, 1 or 2 day, 3 day project. It will be a little bit of a multi-day project, as we've unfortunately learned in Travis County lately. There's roads take a little bit of time, and this is really a road that is getting chipped up and then repaved. So my opinion would be to stay the course, give it a little time. Let's get some more of that information. And this is a more likely, there's better times of year for them as well as the highway department to accomplish this task.
Cliff, I think he did say that Bill and them was paving roads out in the county or wherever now. And I mean, this was going to be sort of after they got done, but I mean, but maybe we can get Cliff and Bill together and we can get some better answers at our next meeting.
Well, if we could just at least get on their schedule, a tentative schedule.
He paid Buster Lane a few weeks ago and all the stuff still sitting.
And then the other thing I had on the discussion tonight was the July 4th festivities. She was going to try to get the chamber lady up. Amy was going to speak to her, but I never did hear nothing on that. So I just want to, I guess everything's in line for that down there at the park.
I do have a question on that. So are they having vendors set up where you like rent a space for people selling stuff or food? I mean, I'm sure they probably have food trucks, but then there's other people that sell like baked items and stuff. So I was just trying to check to see, what it would cost for someone to set up a table or something like that, if anybody's heard anything on that.
I'm not sure. That's the reason I was hoping we could get her up to give us but I mean, I didn't reach out to her. Amy was gonna try to reach out to her, but it was like a spur of the moment. Chris?
I believe that that's usually been done by the band boosters, like as a fundraiser. So I would say probably check with Mr. Paxton. At the very least, he'll be able to, yeah, the band's doing it, or no, this is who's doing it instead.
And I think Cliff did tell me that he has bought or some shrubs and stuff to put around down at the park now, or is that, do you know if he's done that or not? I think he did tell me that. And I was working today when I was talking to him. I was trying to talk to him where I was at work. But yeah, I think he told me that to plant around down there at the, so. Is anybody else, that's the only thing I've got besides the public, is anybody else on our committee need to bring up anything? I'll try to schedule, we'll look at our calendar here just in a minute and try to come up with a date here sometime after maybe middle, end of July, because 4th of July, everybody's out at their busy time or whatever. Okay.
Oh, I just spoke with Mr. Joins there in reference to the 4th of July festivities. He stated that the band boosters is again, operating what's inside the park gates, that portion of it. And that they would be doing, tables or booths set up area locations for vendors. And those booths, each booth is $25. And those are to contact Steve Paxton to reserve those pieces. So they are not doing, he said they were not doing food trucks this year in that vendor setup. Or maybe they're not separating them. I thought I understood him to say they're not doing them. But that was Steve Paxton, $25. That is that night of 4th of July for the festivities, which is on a Saturday this year, correct?
Yeah, I asked the chamber lady about that because I've been in the parade the last few years, and yet the chamber is organizing the parade instead of Amber and Mark like it has been. They posted something on their Facebook page today, like it's a link to sign up. If you want to be in the parade, it's on the chamber's Facebook page. Because I went and found the link and signed up for it. So,
Well, out in the public, they can go to the chamber webpage and sign up to be in the parade. Is that?
yeah, chamber Facebook page. Excuse me. Yeah, the link to sign up for the parade is on the chamber's Facebook page. It's supposed to be at 5 o'clock on July 4th. Yes, and it will still have the water section and the dry sections. That was my second question to her.
So Linda, he got your answer for the booth deal from Baxton, and we've got the information out there for the parade. Is there anything else we need to discuss tonight? Anybody out in the public got any comments? I hadn't either.
I think the comments on that was our insurance wouldn't cover it at those points, so it was ended right there in that conversation.
I'd say if somebody's wanting to do that, they need to go see Rosalie because she can issue, I mean, y'all discussed that in the zoning or
didn't align. And, so I think Rosalie was supposed to get some stuff together. We're gonna go back through some stuff and try to get them on the same page.
we looked at, maybe July the 16th at 6 o'clock be our next meeting. Maybe we can get with answer, Cliff, get with Bill. We can try to get an answer about the track walking, the paving going on down there. And another thing, somebody from the Little League board had said something to me at the ballpark here a few weeks ago. That Macon County is not having the fall baseball this year or whatever, because they're gonna redo their fields, and they're thinking a lot of Macon counties are come down here and play in the fall ball. If it is a bunch, they don't know if they're gonna have enough room. I mean, it's gonna be so busy that our youth football or the little youth football practices out in the baseball fields and the outfields during the fall there. And they were saying they didn't know if it was going, I mean, if they had a bunch turn out for this fall ball, they may not have time or the room out, for them to practice out there. So we got to try to figure out where could we do this youth football practice at? I mean, if they've been practicing for years out in the Little League fields, out in the outfield, whatever, because they do have lighting, and you got to have lighting in the fall of the year because it gets dark early.
Could we talk to the school system and see about getting permission to use the indoor facility?
That's just something that was brought. I mean, one of the Little League board members had mentioned to me, and I just thought I'd, mention it. We needed, the plate. I thought of out in there behind the park and the bathrooms out in that open field there, but it's no lighting out there. I don't know if we could run some kind of little light out there or something, or maybe turn one from the walking track back towards that way or something. I mean, that area is open, but it's no lighting out there. But I just want to throw it out there. Let's think about that, and we can, maybe discuss it in our next meeting and have somebody from the Little League board come up too or whatever, and maybe the youth football too. That's all I've got. I mean, I'm sorry that Mr. Goodley.
One, I guess, thought on this, on the football, youth football. Youth football is changing this year as well. They're joining a different league, which is through Macon County's league. I don't know if Macon County is providing them an area to practice as well, or if they're going to continue practicing here and then move to there. Because I know the whole league joined Macon County's league. That would make sense. Lit facilities at that time of year are going to be difficult to come by. you know, it may be in our interest to look into where I was going. The area you were discussing is a really good area. It may be in our interest to look into what it would it cost to add a light pole or a temporary light pole system off of like the T-ball field to light that area. It might be more in our interest to look into what would be temporary because this may be I would hope it's not a temporary problem. You know, it's a good problem to have if we got multiple kids wanting to play in two places, and it's a good problem to have. But it is an issue that comes to the table. So maybe we could either look at some temporary lighting for that field area, and we're just talking practice, or that could be sort of a leased light for that field. You can see those event lights, which are generator ran, which may come with a decent cost. If we're talking about a month's rental or something of that nature, maybe both want to input a little bit on that piece.
Even something like with, I don't know if Tri-County could put something there. I know. Tri-County, or if even like our lighting around the track or something, but if it's going to be, you know, an ongoing thing, which it kind of sounds like it might, it'd be good if you could have something that would be permanent there.
And I mean, it may not be a problem where they can still use the Little League fields. It was just brought up if they was, you know, if they have an influx of a bunch of coming from Macon and have a bunch of teams in this fall ball. I mean, I don't, you know, that's just something I thought I'd throw out and let's think about. Mr. Carter.
As far as if Tri-County, if you wanted to go that route, as long as there's somewhere to pull off to that's close, I mean, we've got some pretty good LED floodlights. You're not gonna light up a real big area, are you? You know, one or two, maybe three of those would probably then, I can't remember what the biggest ones are a month, but they're maybe $30-$40 a month for the real big ones. And as long as somewhere's close, I don't think that they even charge a whole lot to do it. But don't hold me to any of that. That's just off the top of my head.
But I mean, that's something that we need. I mean, the youth, they need somewhere to practice instead of, I mean, at the Little League fields, if we could find something. I mean, if that would be a, you know.
You see them over there too, and they practice soccer and all kinds of
I mean, we,
things in that area.
for the public comment. Do you have something?
For the last couple of music on the square, we've had an inflatable set up on the courthouse lawn right here. And kids have we not? Yeah, we have. And they're just getting something signed, a waiver signed from parents. So I was kind of confused about that as to why that's happening. I mean, I think the kids are really enjoying it. And I'm not saying it's good or bad or indifferent, but I'm just saying that's what's happening.
You would think I'd have remembered that. I don't know about in terms of the policy, I know, but I know the couple that has run that football, they own that inflatable and they have their own insurance policy, you know, as part of it. So like I said, I don't know how it conflicts or doesn't conflict with our policies, but I know they own that particular inflatable. They haven't been renting it or anything.
On the inflatable conversation, I understand our kids can have fun on it. Mine have had fun in the past on them. I don't know if you saw here, I guess it was about 2 weeks ago, an inflatable, I think it was in the Indiana area, caught wind, and I think 2 or 3 were badly injured, and a young child was killed. What our county is trying to get everyone to understand, I'm afraid, is that in the event of a tragic accident, if it's on county grounds, the county can be held liable, and that's the hard part of today. I think what we understand is that the county has took a side and stated thus far that inflatables are not allowed on county property. Now, if someone illegally puts one up, they're taking the liability on themselves. What it sounds like to me the county is taking the side of right now. I really think we need to be careful of the conversations we're having in terms of the inflatables. The county has taken a side that inflatables are not allowed on county property. I think we need to be real careful with that at this point. It's a liability issue, and I'm thankful kids have fun. We don't think about the danger until the danger happens, and I hope it never happens. But the county has took the side currently that it's not worth the risk of that to the county for what little fun might be taking place in those. I think we need to drop the inflatable conversation until the inflatable is handled by law and legal in terms of codes and where we're at on it. The county has taken a side thus far. They are not allowed on county property during any event.
But Rosalie was here and maybe y'all got that in discussion in that codes and zoning to try to get some answers on it.
Like Landon said, as far as right now, it's not supposed to be at all. Only Rosalie was just told to try to figure out how other places were doing it, covering themselves.
That's all I've got. Anybody else need any more discussion? Anything else we need to bring up? I appreciate y'all coming out tonight. If not, June, what did I say? July 16th, 6 o'clock is our next Parks and Rec meeting. I have a motion to adjourn. I had public comments, Miss Betty, she talked. Anything else? Any public? Motion to adjourn by Gully, second by Chris. Appreciate y'all coming.